This is Marth, and look at him. He's dashing. He's in his element. He's teleporting his hurtbox within one frame. He's at peace, in his element, thriving. Oh look, a fox is trying to hit him. Silly fox. Marth might have been where you were attacking one frame ago, but now he's here. This wizardry is a well-known melee mechanic, popularized by Ken and simply known as dash dancing. Now look, this is Marth running. Oh no, Marth, watch out. Here comes Fox again. We better dash away. Well, that didn't really work. Let's try to wave dash back, actually. Well, shoot. How about you try to shield? Yeah, and this is why, for a really long time, no one ever really tried to run in Melee. Here's why. As long as you remain in the dash state, you can immediately cancel your first dash with a second dash. Also, in case you didn't know, the dash state is a period where your character has yet to enter run. This time length varies from character to character. It can be as short as 7 frames if you're Sheik, or be a whopping 18 frames long if you're Mewtwo. And you might think that's good for Mewtwo, but funnily enough, while this may sound good, because his tail has an obnoxious hurtbox, Mewtwo might be the worst dash dancer in Melee. But anyway, back to the dashes. Once you exit that special dash state and you enter run, if you try to dash back, instead of looking like this, it looks like this. And yeah, that's a lot worse and it takes a lot longer. Dash dancing allows for some beautiful offense, defense, and even something in between. And this was just the state of Melee for more than a decade. Bad players ran at their opponent mindlessly. Good players spaced with dash dancing, baiting and poking, tirelessly spacing perfectly, and slowly winning the positional advantage. Then, in 2016, something insane happened. This guy started holding down. On this day, Mewtwo will lose his first ever set to a Captain Falcon player. Many casual fans will point towards Nun's insane combo game, seemingly able to evaporate stocks in the blink of an eye. But let me let y'all in a little secret. That's just Captain Falcon. I know Falcons who can 0 to death off of a grab and they go 2-2 at tournament. So what's the big deal? How did Nun actually get the win here? Well, Nun needed to solve a problem. Falcon wants to approach Sheik, but he needs to close the distance very quickly. The issue is, if you spend all of your time dash dancing over to Sheik, Sheik can then in turn react and stay right outside of your dash dance range. If she treats the dash dance range as the sort of end point of your threat capability, she can stand outside of that endpoint and just spam walling moves like auto cancel fair or forward tilt. So once Falcon exits dash dance and enters run, the Sheik main can just wail away at them and they don't have an opportunity to whiff punish. And oh man, look at that. While I was talking, this game 1 got really close. If Nun has any hope of winning, he's going to need to clean this up. Oh my god, Nun, what are you doing? It's been 15 frames. You're out of your dash. Nun, you're not going to be able to dash back this Nair. Nun, you're going to get hit and lose. Oh, what? Wow. Well, I wasn't expecting that solution, or at least I wasn't when I saw this set live in 2016. No one really was. What Nun was showing here is that you can still approach your opponent safely, even if they're spamming tilts if you're at low percent. You can approach while doing ASDI down to beat out your opponent's walling attempts. It's this incredible, huge innovation that really pushed Melee's meta past the point of needing to always be playing in a dash or always have perfect safe spacing. Most people envision crouch cancel or ASDI down as the Samus main in the corner, shooting missiles and holding down the second they think someone's going to approach. What they don't envision is in 2023, Cody playing for #1 in the world, just running at Zayn across FD. In 2015, this would have been seen as a blunder, an insane commit that will surely be walled out. But in 2023, Cody is totally safe from this fair, and not only is he safe, he's able to counterattack and turn this walling attempt into his own offense. The ability to hold down or ASDI down as you approach allows for much more aggressive and creative play while approaching your opponent. And by the way, this didn't just, get solved in 2016. None showed the blueprint, but it's been developing for the past 8 years, leading to some kind of hilarious results. Recently, I was watching a friendly session between Zane and Wizrobe, and it was just shocking me how many times Wizrobe was just sitting in true crouch. That was like the whole mix-up. Like, he would just crouch. Like, look at this stock. He crouches the Nair off ledge, and then he crouches in the corner to then attack. And then he crouches in front of the Nair, and then he crouches in the corner again to get a grab bait. And then he crouches the dash attack, and he gets a counter hit off that, and he kills. The entire stock was crouching. And again, this entire stock isn't just camping. Some of it's playing defensive, but it's this whole new style of, I'm where I am, your glancing blows aren't going to affect me. You either have to commit to a grab, or you're not going to break my defense here. It's funny, Melee ends up looking like this meme a lot of the time, and I think for entering run, it's also true. If you're a terrible player, you're going to run at your opponent constantly and get destroyed. And once you reach sort of that Melee mid-level, you're like, oh man, I'm only going to dash dance. I'm only going to play perfectly safe. And then once you get to that upper echelon once more, you're like, I can run at my opponent. I have mix-ups. I have options. I can play out a crouch cancel. Crouch cancel as an offensive mechanic has given many matchups significantly more depth. And it's unlocked the run state, essentially, for characters that would have been seen as crazy to enter the run state, even 10 years after the game's release. But yeah, I hope you liked the video. I got this idea actually when I was watching that friendly session between Zane and Wizrobe. It was just funny to me how often he was crouching. And I was thinking about it and I was like, I think crouch cancel, while maybe not an inherently offensive mechanic, enables more offensive play than it does defensive play, which I think is very interesting, because I think a lot of people, when they think about crouch cancel, they're like, oh, lame, campers. But no, I mean, crouch cancel is what allows Zane to just run at Cody across FD, which, would be unthinkable, 5, maybe 10 years ago. But yeah, sorry this video took so long to come out. Hopefully the next one will come out sooner. I'm in the middle of school right now, so no promises. But if you like it, subscribe and like it.